what I'm looking for, let's say this was over here in the 10 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour, whatever. What I'm going to look for is what are the past, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10-minute candles produced in terms of delta. And I want to note that the current candle that's breaking out has a noticeably elevated level of aggressive buyers pushing me through a breakout level. That's what I want to see. So you guys will hear me say I'm okay with 2,500. Sometimes I'm looking for 3,000. Sometimes I'm looking for 5,000. It really just depends on whether we're dealing with a thin or a thick book on the day, right? So that's really what it depends on. Let's go back. This is just a 10-minute candle. And this is all pre-market action, right? ATR on a 10 right now sitting at 5. So let me go back to yesterday right here. This is what I was looking at yesterday. I did take this one. It was a little bit of a chase, but what I'm talking about is when you see a wedge breaking out like this, a bull flag wedge, sometimes if you're really in bullish, again, I'm very cautious when I'm going from target 2 to target 3 because it does have a lower probability of extending just that far. But what I'm looking at is, okay, so I'm assessing this right here. This is what I drew up. I can note that there was a noticeable wedge here, and you kind of train your eye to see that thing every so often when it starts to develop. This is called a descending wedge. I call it a bull flag. I call everything a bull flag. I know it's not the proper terminology. It is what it is. All right. So I call this a bull flag. It's actually a descending wedge. You're in a big uptrend, right? So bull flag, you kind of went flatlined for a little bit. You were pushing up a little bit, but there's a possibility right through here that price accelerates hard through here. Now there was a level at 59.20, just didn't have the horsepower to break out to a new level. So my entry was, I believe it was right, actually, it was right on this one right here. So this one held, didn't pull back deep enough. I let this thing go for a little bit, took a little bit of heat. This popped up, failed. I killed it just above my entry. I could just kind of sense and feel that this wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. Killed it. What I'm looking for on the candles is if you're looking and you're assessing delta, right?
Uh-huh.
So here's your 10-minute candle. This is, let's say that this was the current candle right now, right? And now you're looking back at all of these other candles, right? What are they producing? So negative 1682 was the bigger drop here. These aggressive sellers were unable to roll the market over, right? So this all got absorbed. We have 407, we have negative 436. So we have relatively minimal delta in here, right? We've got between negative 500 essentially versus positive 400, right? So we got a 900 absolute value on delta, right? And then this candle comes along and all of a sudden we're at 2300. Okay, I'm good with 2300 in context of these candles, right? This shows
Oh,
aggression. This shows a powerful surge up here that's likely to continue. Again, note the context of the day. It's late in the day. My assessment was I was in a position where if they were going to run it into the close and run up another level, that next level up would have been target 3. But they ran out of horsepower here, and then we have the book unwinding here, and people were taking profits after 2 days worth of a massive rally, which that happens too. I always like to wait for a 10-minute candle to close. I get that sometimes it puts me in a position where I have to chase, and that's okay in certain times because my level was right here. So I had my target was target 2 was at 59.20 yesterday, right? So I'm assessing this. So
oh,
the fact that we broke the wedge here, closed through here, I'm good with this. This isn't really a chase to me because my level was right here. It was respecting that level. It had respected it most of the day. We had a poke through. I did not have a nice setup here. We had a poke through, a descending wedge, and then a bullish break right through here, right? I'm gonna take a shot at that when that materializes. Even though this 2296 candle right here ended up not be, it was just a false pop up here at the end. Bulls tried to lift it to the next side or to the next level up, failed, and then as soon as I saw this here, we had 2296 Okay, we dug back down a little bit more, and then the buyers were never really able to recuperate. We had descending buyers, right? You want to see this excel. You want to see this accelerate, and we didn't have that. As soon as this candle closed up here or up in this area here, we started to fail a little bit, I killed it. Just above break even. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, and I was in this thing for what, 25, 30 minutes. So we had CPI whipping through here. This is the confliction, right? So you have this big bullish run up here. So there's a little bit of hesitation here on the future side of things, which is, again, kind of why I flipped over to, whether it's right or wrong, that's why I kind of flipped over to the SPY and ran options on there. I don't necessarily need to be as precise with the SPY on these bigger moves as I am on futures. Probably a me thing, but that is what it is. So right here on the opening candle, right, 2677, bam, ripped right through it, closed through it, held VWAP, held my trend stream, pullback that held, buy stop should have gone right. If I was doing futures, buy stop would have gone right here and pushed me all the way up to target one, no problem. Right. So now you got this acceleration, right? So here's what I'm talking about. Here's your 2677 on this candle right here, 2677 worth of delta. You have a P-shaped profile on here, which is aggression. Outside candle closes through your key level, right? Breaks you out. I think it was like right here, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 74, 75 maybe. But anyways, held and then ripped. So now you have acceleration through here, 33.19, 25.55, 22.80. You have a little bit of deceleration that's happening here, which tells you that the buyers are getting a little bit exhausted. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I mean by acceleration. And I didn't have that up here, which is why I killed it. So I'm looking at this right here. Okay. Here's your wedge. Here's your bull wedge. I think my level here was 59.80. Yeah, it was right here. No. Is that right? What did I have? Yeah, 58.98 and a quarter right here. Okay, so here I have another level right here that I'm looking at. Okay, so bullish breakthrough. I didn't chase this one here as this one closed through. Again, when this thing happens like this and it busts through here, you got to let it go. And again, what I was talking about on Friday, where we had a little bit of that taking place, we had our bearish breakdown on Friday, I believe. We had prices breaking down, and we couldn't grab an entry on that, and that's okay. Again, let it go, right? Let it go. It's either going to tag this one without you and you missed it. It's okay. It happens. Or it's going to do this. It's going to develop into a bull flag like this, break through, close through, buy stop goes here, run it up. So this, even though it's painful to watch this, whatever it is, 90, 15-point run through here that you're not a part of, in order to take that trade, you're at the mercy of whatever this candle is going to do intra-candle, right? And so you're going to chase it. You're going to try to get it in up here. It's going to come back down on you. It's going to oscillate, right? Just let it close, then make your decisions, right? So now this one comes back down, coming back down, higher, lower high, creating that wedge, right? And now you have here 22.97 breaking you through, negative 988, holding the line, right? Your buy stop goes right here. Your buy stop goes right here. Buy stop goes right there. Next candle opens, pushes down, breaks up, and then the next candle pushes through. So the candle that holds, typically what I'll do is probably something more like this right out of the gate, and maybe put it a couple points down below there. I don't want to get whipped and then roll up. So in case some wild whip happens, I don't want to necessarily just get taken out of a decent trade if I don't lose my level, or I don't lose VWAP. I know doing this, I'm buying at highs of candles. I get that. And that's a risk that I know about, because buying at lows of candles before any of this develops, if I were to buy right at the open of this candle, I don't have any idea what the impact is. So I'm just guessing at candle lows. That doesn't work for me. I look for the key candle. This is the one that says, okay, I better get ready. I'll put a buy stop up here, right? We broke through. Now I want to see this next candle. What's this next candle going to do? So as this one As this one closes up above here, I've got my buy stop up here already, right?
Okay.
I've already got it sitting up here. Okay, this one did not take me out, so now I move it to this. As soon as I get this closed, buy stop comes down to the top of this candle. I'd be all right with taking this candle at 59.09 up to 59.20, right? Same thing applies. So as
Okay.
soon as I get this signal, this is the signal. This is your 10-minute candle right here, breaking through the wedge, closing through the wedge, holding the line, holding your level, right? You all of a sudden have a 5x, increase in buyers that is taking place, 6x even, right?
Right.
All of a sudden there's this big surge of buyers that is coming through here. Okay, that's got my attention. We close through. Here's my setup. Buy stop's going to go here. First candle, the next candle opened, didn't touch it, held the line. Now your buy stop goes up here. And now you get clipped in over here, and now you take it up to the top to level 2.
Hey everyone, it's Dale here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like to trade alongside me and our team of prop firm funded traders every day, then click the link below the video and hop aboard. We are looking forward to trading with you.